Samsung A57 is finally here. And over here I have the icy blue version with 8 GB of RAM and 128 GB of storage. Inside the box we get our phone, your SIM ejector pin, also your Type-C charger cable and bunch of paperwork. Unfortunately no charger, which is absolutely ridiculous. And here is the battery life and durability as rated by European standards. On this phone we are getting a very premium build quality, full glass back with aluminium body. Also very nice buttons here, again fully metal. Have this kind of island design for the buttons. On the top we get two microphones here, antenna bands. On this side again only the antenna bands. On the bottom we get our Type-C speaker, microphone and also our SIM card slot. This phone also has got a secondary speaker right over here, so it has got dual stereo sound. We are also getting dual SIM cards on this phone. So see SIM card number 2 on that side and SIM card number 1. However, no micro SD memory card support, which is an absolute scam really. When it comes to design, the new A57 looks absolutely amazing indeed. And this is what it looks like side by side with the previous A56. So again A57 here and A56, so the last year's model. As you see, definitely the camera has received a tiny facelift here, but still I would say the design looks 99% the same on both still. However, what's absolutely cool about the new A57, they have actually managed to shrink down the size of the phone. So first, when it comes to thickness, as you see, this is actually even a slimmer phone than the A56. So this is only 6.9 millimeters. So incredibly thin, and yeah, it feels like a total flagship phone. Also, when it comes to the dimensions as well, they have also managed to shrink down the bezels and pretty much everything about the phone, while still leaving the same size display. And when you actually hold and use these phones, this definitely feels like even more compact phone than the past A56. So yeah, feel in the hand definitely is better on the A57. So yeah, when it comes to the design and build quality, the new A57 yeah looks incredibly premium, and I would say just as good as any like much more expensive flagship phone. For example, over here I have roughly 2 times more expensive Samsung S26 and maybe 3 times more expensive Ultra. If we for example check the bezel size, I see it's pretty much the same as on 2 times more expensive S26. Apart from maybe the bottom bezel. So you see it's still a tiny bit larger on the A57, but still when you look at basically the display quality and bezel size, this feels like a total flagship phone. And if you compare the size and also the bezel size of the Ultra versus this one, I see when it comes to the top, yeah, pretty much the same. Again, only on the bottom it's tiny bit smaller on the Ultra. But yeah, this feels incredibly premium phone, I would say now. And yeah, when we compare the bezel size and overall compact feel, definitely you can see there is a notable improvement. So again, this is the A56 and A57 here. I see on the top and sides definitely the bezel is much smaller on this one, and also on the bottom as well I see significantly smaller on the new guy. So again, even though the display is the same 6.7 inch size, the overall compact feel definitely is noticeably improved on this new guy here compared to the past A56. Also, when it comes to weight, this new guy is 20 grams lighter than the previous A56, and that's actually a massive difference, I would say, not only on paper but also in real life feel. So again, it feels like a very light and nimble phone compared to the past A56. And when it comes to display, for this price, really this is pretty much the best display you can get on any smartphone. So I have pretty much tried every phone there is in the market. In this price range you really can't get better looking display than this one. Not only super smooth, but colors again absolutely vibrant and absolute joy to use. Also, this is 120 Hz display as well, and also with very good brightness as well outdoors. Again, 6.7-inch display with also Victus Plus protection, so scratch resistance also should be incredibly good on it. But yeah, if you look at the colors and just how premium it feels and looks like, it's really just as good as, for example, my Samsung S26 Ultra, which is like a 3 times more expensive phone. When it comes to performance, this phone also is absolutely great, I would say, for 99% of people, and it's a very speedy phone, and everything is pretty much instant on this phone. Also, we have received a new CPU as well on it, which is more powerful, and also we can get it with up to 12 gigs of RAM and also up to 512 gigabytes of storage as well. Then also, if you basically are interested in the benchmark numbers, so for example the Geekbench, this is what I'm getting here. If you compare to the past A56, as you see, we have indeed a notable jump in the performance. So in the CPU, maybe like 20% basically faster and more powerful. And generally, when it comes to performance, I would say this phone is absolutely superb. And if you compare to side by side with the A56, definitely it feels more fluid and faster phone. Also, obviously, we have received the new One UI 8.5 on this one. That also obviously helps with the performance and speed. So for example, you can also, for example, now finally remove this junk that you do not want. Yep. But yeah, when it comes to speed, performance, how fast everything loads, I think for 99% of people, this is really all you really need. So you see, for example, if you are switching between the different apps, I mean, everything is pretty much instant when you are opening something. So can you even tell this is a mid-range phone? It literally feels like a flagship phone when it comes to performance, I would say. And also this phone is absolutely excellent for gaming as well, because not only the performance is very good, but yeah, also the display is an absolute joy to use, not only for gaming, but also for maybe watching movies. And when it comes to thermal performance, this phone is also very good. So you see around 18 degrees indoors. After playing it for a while, it barely ever heats up. So you see very good performance as well. And when it comes to cameras, we are getting exact same hardware as on the past A56. So we are getting 50 megapixel main camera, 12 megapixel ultra wide, 5 megapixel macro camera, and 12 megapixel selfie camera. If you check also the sensor size, it's identical to the past A56. So there is no change whatsoever when it comes to hardware. But what actually is improved on this new phone is the image signal processor, and also basically coupled with that new CPU, it's simply better able to expose the pictures and videos. So you will actually see a bit of like improvement if you compare the A56 versus A57 essentially. And generally, if you compare the photo and video quality of the A57, then out of any mid-range phone, I think this probably has the best cameras out there. So previously, last year, it was really the same situation on the A56. If you wanted to get basically like a mid-range phone with a good camera, this probably was the best option, but this is even improved. And yeah, also if you check basically the overall details and also basically the performance, how well it exposes, it's actually a very good phone. Also, I feel that the autofocus performance also is slightly improved on this new A57 compared to the A56. And also I had one absolutely massive problem with the A56. Basically, whenever it's cold outside, when you take out your camera after a few minutes, basically your lens will actually fog up and the pictures, videos will look kind of blurry essentially. But this is not the case with the new A57. Also, this is issue with other Samsung phones I have had, basically, so I think it's totally not acceptable that the lens actually fogs up from inside when you take it out in a colder basically condition. So yeah, this appears much better quality here as well when it comes to that. And yeah, reliability wise, again, when you are using it, definitely feels like a very reliable camera. Also, obviously, we have all the Pro modes here as well. So for example, the Pro video mode, just like on the more expensive like Samsung S26 and S26 Ultra. And when it comes to more modes, so you see we also have Pro photo mode, hyperlapse, so pretty much everything you need. And let's compare them side by side. You will see that the exposure definitely is better on the A57. Also, if you check the autofocus as well, as you see, it's a bit blurry even on the A56. And you see, there are no lens flares on the A57. Also, again, I have this fogging issue on the A56, where the image simply gets a bit blurry, essentially. So you see, over here, for example, so nothing like that on the A57. And yeah, you can clearly see a difference here, much more reliable experience. If you check the color of the cat, as you see, it's so much better exposed on the A57. So even though the camera hardware is the same, as you see, there's actually notable improvement. And also let's check out the performance in the same setup I have here. So previously I was recording this video using my Google Pixel phone. When it comes to the battery capacity on this phone, we are getting 5000 mAh battery capacity. So yep, even though they have managed to shrink down the phone even further, they have still kept the same quite beefy 5000 mAh capacity battery in this phone. And when it comes to battery life, I'm actually very satisfied overall with the phone. So especially if you are a lighter user, I feel you can actually use this phone for a few days before you'll need to recharge it. So again, the new CPU is actually very power efficient. When it comes to the battery and charging speeds of the past A56, it's really the same as this one. But again, I feel that the CPU is tiny bit more power efficient, and in real life you might actually see tiny bit improvement in the battery life over the past A56. Also, if you are wondering what kind of new features we are getting on this new phone, then for the most part I'm seeing only some light difference when it comes to the design. For example, if you enter the settings, so you see we do not have the full descriptions anymore, we have the search button here. But again, this new One UI 8.5 version will also come later to the A56. So again, you really aren't missing anything in my opinion when it comes to the software features. For example, as you see in this panel, we can't actually remove these things here, so see it's kind of cluttered. But for example, on this one, see a bit different. If you click the pencil thing, you can, for example, remove all this stuff. So I see nice and clean here compared to this one. Also, for example, in the apps as well, maybe slightly different design here, maybe tiny changes in some widgets, I suppose, but for the most part, really, as you see, it's pretty much the same phone. But yeah, overall, I can actually highly suggest the new A57. Not only the build quality is absolutely awesome, so when you handle it, and also if you look at the screen and quality, it literally looks like a flagship phone, and also when you use it, again for 99% of tasks, it literally feels like a total flagship phone for absolutely insane price. So again, when it comes to value for money, I do not think you can actually beat this phone. So no wonder why they're so incredibly popular. Okay, good luck.